Good morning, welcome to Mind Class. Today we're going to sit down on our bottoms and we're going to start stretching. We'll work through our shoulders, neck, upper back, and then we'll work all the way down through our legs, okay? Today's word is I am grateful. Perfect. It's always a great word. Grateful is always a great word to use every day. Some point in your day, you should always say you're grateful for something. Make that intention out loud. I appreciate all that I have and all I've created. I feel like it's such like a positive vibe that when you send it out and you really practice that gratefulness every day, that karma, I promise it'll come back to you, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and start some music. I don't think you'll need water or a sweat towel. Well, water maybe, but not a sweat towel today probably. We're gonna start seated on our mats. So I will start up some music while everybody gets seated. And we'll start your watches if you're tracking. Yoga's a good one to put on for today.
Bluetooth connected.
And we're starting on our bottoms. We got 15 seconds to get there. We're gonna get there. I'm putting on some music, but if you want to put something soft on in the background for you, please do, because this won't be very loud, okay? All right, on our bottoms. So you can either sit cross-legged, or like me, you can extend the legs out, tall for your spine, and we're just gonna go ahead and take our ear to a shoulder, drop our chin to our chest, take our ear to the other shoulder, and then come center. Reverse, and we're just gonna roll literally through this. Neck circles to start our class. Doesn't that feel amazing? I need this today. I need this every day. I think we probably all do. Another option would be just to put your hands out to the sides, fingertips. That gives you a little bit more length. It also helps you with your balance if you need a little help with your balance. Otherwise, your hands just on your thighs is fine too. Okay. See how quick 45 seconds goes. Let's go ahead and inhale up. Hands behind the head, elbows open wide, pull towards the back of the room with your elbows open your chest, reach up, release, and then let's do the same behind our back. So hands behind the small of your back, pull your elbows back, shoulders down away from your ears, shoulder blades squeeze together, release, inhale, and we're gonna flow here. Open. You have to consciously open your chest and draw everything back. Breathing any way that you'd like to breathe, just make sure you're doing it. All right, taking our arms up like handlebars. So your elbows should be in line with your shoulders, just a little check here. And then we're gonna come to center. Lower it down, center, and back up. There is no forcing here. So when you get to this downward motion, if that's as far as you can go, stop yourself, don't push beyond that, okay? And then same thing when you come up. Hopefully right here you're fine. It's the down and the up where sometimes you feel like maybe a little pinch, restraint, and we're not gonna push past that point. As we loosen up our joints, maybe we get a little bit further, but we're not gonna push it. All right, go ahead and take a wide stance with your feet, heels in the ground, toes up, and you're just gonna stick out your chest, hands behind you. You can rock from side to side, opening up the chest and shoulders a little bit more, so it's really just rocking through your body and finding those spots. You can kind of lean in. I always think of this as like a side lunge sway, but for your shoulders, your biceps, your chest. Lift your chin tall. Big inhale, blow out on your chest. And then you can switch the direction of your fingers. You can go from the back wall to the side wall, and then towards your heels. You can work on that forearm and wrist mobility a little bit too, okay? From here, we're just gonna station our hands in a comfortable position as we take our 90-90 hip swivels. So your knees are bent 90 degrees. You're gonna lower your inside thigh towards the floor. And when you're ready, you're gonna switch. So we're just swiveling through our hips. If you wanna sit up and do it, more of like mobility, movement versus just mobility and flexibility, you can support yourself with your hands if you're in it for the stretch and the mobility. We are mobilizing our hips. We're putting some fluid, oiling the joints, but then we're also stretching the muscles and ligaments attached. We're going to hold one leg forward, one leg back, Take the front leg, hand, support yourself, other arm's gonna go out to the side, and we're gonna take our belly button towards our inner thigh. Here's your chance to lift and lower or to hold the position, okay? You choose. I'm gonna move the first time through. We're gonna go through everything again. So I'm gonna move right now, because I think I can get a little bit deeper each time. And then maybe the second time through when I'm warmer, I'll just hold it and really reach through. Do what's working for you right now, though. If you need both hands on the ground, put both hands on the ground, okay? If you need that extra support, untuck your chin and let's do the other side. So just make sure that you're not tucking your chin down to your chest. There's some space here and your eye gaze is beyond your mat. That way your neck is neutral and your spine is long, okay? When we start tucking in our chin, then we start rounding out our neck, which then rounds out our spine. And I want you to keep everything long. Belly button towards the thigh. For me today, this is the stretch. This is where it's at. This is my jam right now because I am feeling this in my hips and my thighs. Headed back to our neck circle. So go ahead and put yourself in that neutral position, whether it's sitting with your legs crossed here or here. One day my hip will get better and I'll be able to get back to that crossed leg. Ear to your shoulder, chin to your chest. This is when you tuck your chin. And then ear to your other shoulder, come neutral and then put it in reverse. If you'd like to extend your hands out, gives you a deeper stretch. So this time through, you should feel a little bit more length. Maybe some of the tension is going away. Maybe it just feels good. I don't like that that one's over so soon. Okay, inhale up. Hands back, draw your elbows back, and then release. Hands behind your small back, open it up, put your chest. Hold any position if you need to. And as you show up and do class every week, when we start working on this shoulder mobility, if you do have tight shoulders, hopefully you're finding when you're working during classes that it's getting better. Your range is getting a little bit better, okay, your range of motion. Same thing with your hips, hopefully. All right, coming to our handlebars. I mean, that's always the goal, is to have full range of motion in our bodies. I don't know, I'm the product of sometimes my range of motion decreases. That's okay. We're all learning through life what our bodies can handle, when we need to rest. And we learn by doing, we learn by going. But we gotta actually do it and engage and show up in order to learn. Head into your bear sit. So we're just sitting, chilling, rocking back and forth, rolling out the shoulders, moving your fingertips, maybe rounding out your back and then lifting broad chest. And you can walk your hands towards your butt, a little bit of wiggles back and forth, wrists, forearms, just kind of wiggling out all the muscles in the upper body. It's hard sometimes to get our forearms stretched out, or we forget about our wrists, and so lifting tall, palms of your hands into the ground definitely helps with that. And then we're going to head into our 90-90, so drop your inside thigh to the floor. That's your goal. If you're not there yet, that's okay. Maybe you need to lean back a little bit more to get there, or lean a little bit further forward to get there. So be mindful of that. Really draw your leg down and then feel that stretch. So I'm going to slow down here and enjoy that. One more time, go ahead and pick one leg forward, one leg back. We'll switch them, so just pick one, whichever one, and then we're gonna lean forward, lifting and lowering or holding. I'm gonna try holding for a little bit on this side and coming down even lower. Chin out of your chest, so untuck it. Belly button towards your thigh. Try to center your torso as you fold forward. Like we don't want to be off to the side. We want to be pulled forward. Long spine. High gaze towards the end of your mat. Inhale and come down a little bit further. So now I've got my chest all the way to my knee, okay? Some of you may have already been there, but I got a little bit deeper here, which is great. And then let's switch sides. Lift and lower, or do your lower and hold. Every breath, gonna get a little bit deeper. Keeping yourself centered. Couple more seconds, and then we're going to come up to all fours. So we're coming to hands and knees, hands under the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Working a little bit more on our spine. Hold your position, and then drop your chin, tuck your tailbone, round out your spine, push the ground away from you, hollow yourself out, cat, cow. Release, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. Control your belly drop and flow here. So I always like to hold this cat position a little bit longer. Some of you with really tight chests or tight abdomens might like this cow a little bit better. Draw your belly button in on your cat. Control your belly sag on the cow. Back just a little bit, take your fist or your palm to the floor. We're going to bow and arrow open. Follow your hand with your eyes. Follow your hand with your head and your torso. So when we twist open, we're shifting open to the side wall. Your bottom can shift back towards your heels. So play around with, like I had my toes down flat, and now I just curled them under to give myself a little better base, and then I sunk back, and that feels pretty good. So you're gonna have to figure out with your feet and your body position how you shift, which way feels better to you. Okay, this gives me a little bit of a stretch on my calves too, and through my ankles. And then switch sides. So same thing. Oh, the side's a little tighter. The goal is to just loosen things up and then release some of the tension. Adjust your feet if you need to. And then get ready for child's pose. So toes together, knees wide, draw yourself on back. We're going to come into child's. And now we're going to spinal roll. So I want you to lift up your bottom. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, round your spine. And instead of coming down to lowered position here, we're actually going to round it back. So we're just going to spinal roll, rock back and forth. I'm changing this up today. So if you've done this class before, it's going to be a little bit different right here. So we're going to get to where our arms are straight, our chin still stays tucked. We're going to come up and then we're going to come back. So round your spine, round out your shoulder blades, round, round, round. Stop yourself. Up, stop yourselves. Child's pose, walk your inside arm as far as you can, then pull your bottom back towards your heels. We're doing a side to side. Child's pose will split the difference of 45 seconds between each side. So with that spine roll, I don't want you coming all the way down to a baby cobra or down to your stomach. We're just gonna roll through. We'll do that one more time. We'll get more practice. It kind of feels good rolling through. Kind of similar to like a cat-cow, but just staying that like arched over and letting your spine kind of round out. Flop yourself center, switch sides. I held that side a little bit longer, so I'll try to do the other side first the next time through. All right, we're gonna head into down dog. We're gonna do this different today too, okay? Why not? Down dog. I'm gonna be taking one foot and place it on the heel of the other foot. Draw your heel to the floor on the standing leg, tailbone lifted. So we're doing a one leg down dog. Does that make sense? We're just resting our back leg right here, and now switch feet, okay? So that heel is reaching. You can just, it's like crossing your legs. You can even just cross your ankles. You don't even have to put it here. Just cross your ankles here. If it's too intense, just stay in a down dog, pulling both heels towards the floor. Doesn't that feel amazing on one leg at a time? Pretty cool, huh? Simple stretch that we often don't think about, but if you're tight calves, what a great way to do that. All right, coming back to all fours, we've got cat-cow. So round everything all over again. And release. So this time through, you're like, oh, feel a little bit more movement in my spine, a little bit more movement in my back. It's a little less tense. That's the hope. More seconds here, and then we're going into that spine rotation. It's called a T-spine, if you're wondering what the official name of it is. So sinking back a little bit towards your heel, and opening up, bow and arrow. If you want to hold up here at the top a little bit longer and keep reaching long, 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 go for it. Take your time. Definitely feeling more flexible on this side. The dominant side of our body sometimes tighten up faster. All right, shift yourself, wiggle yourself, and then let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay, if you need to wiggle anything out, wiggle it out, and then come back. If you're feeling a little fire in your legs, holding yourself up, that'll happen. You're holding yourself up. We're not sitting back on our heels. We're lifted just a little bit. So you should have a little fire in your legs. There should be a little warmth. That's why I say shift if you need to, adjust your feet if you need to. Feel a lot more extension now. Second time through on this side. Way better. And I hope you're experiencing that as well. Okay, coming down to our spinal roll. So child's pose. Remember, we're not going to roll all the way down. We're going to come into child's. Lift our tail, lift our butt, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin around your spine. Stop, put it in reverse. So we're really hollowing out our center and reaching our spine to the ceiling as we rock forward and back. Really rounded, as if we were a cat, and then sink back. Not only for our spine, but our hips right now. Which we loosen up a little bit with our hip swivels. All right, child's pose. Let's go to the opposite side. I'm going to hold this one a little bit longer because I cheated us out of time on the last time through. So stay here. Whichever side you finished on, go to that side first. And now walk yourself over. There we go. We should be equal now. fours and curl your toes under down dog. Cross your ankles, one leg down dog. All right, I caught myself looking straight down. I gaze to my fingertips, chin untucked from my chest. Pushing the ground away from me, hiking up my tailbone, ground my belly button in, switch legs. Leg is straight as the other one crosses. Pull your heel to the floor. We have long poses coming up. So get ready to get quiet and just breathe and live in your body for a second, okay? 90 seconds at a time, actually. The first thing we're going to do is come down to our knees. And our first move is child's pose, then we'll head into pigeon on each leg. And then we'll go into a full side bend on each side, okay? What did I miss? I know I missed, okay. All right, let's change this then. We're going to add in something extra because I missed something. We have a thread through, okay? So thread through one arm. I was like, why is the timer still going? Should have changed on me. I missed a thread through. How could I miss my favorite stretch? All right, switching to the other side. So this shoulder is definitely giving me problems today, and then as soon as I stretched, I could feel it. It was pinching. So I've got to adjust myself to make sure that I'm releasing tension and allowing that pinch to go away. So remember that with your body to adjust yourself. Maybe don't go as deep into the pose if you're feeling anything that's uncomfortable. Alright, so now come up to all fours. We're going to shift back into child's pose for 1 minute. This child pose can be any kind of pose that we've worked on before. I kind of like the worship one where your hands come back behind you towards your feet. Or you can always do a little baseball grip here, child's pose. You can go arms forward. I'm going to go ahead and choose my arms back and my forehead to the floor and just kind of bow down and worship. Breathe and let everything sink into the floor. Okay, open up your hips. My toes are close together, my knees are wide. I do that so that I can open my hips and allow my belly to drop down. And if you need to do that, please do that as well. So a lot of times we come in a child's pose like this, and it's like maybe uncomfortable. Let's open up our hips a little bit. You can do it that way. One and a half minutes seems like a very long time, but I want you just to kind of quiet your mind. Breathe. Feel how much more relaxed you are now than when you started. And then maybe next time you're thinking, oh gosh, I should really stretch, and you're thinking maybe, oh, I don't want to do it. This will remind you, yes, 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 you do. Yes, show up, stretch. Take the time to do it. Remember, you can take 10 minutes of this class anytime you want. Just put it on while you're watching TV, while you're reading a book. Coming into pigeon, so take one leg through, other leg back. If you need to manipulate your foot out from underneath you with your hand, go for it. Otherwise, go ahead. Pull that knee forward. Draw your back leg straight behind you. You can shift your body weight a little bit left to right and see where does that position feel the best. You do a little baseball bat grip. Lower your forehead to your hands. Switch legs. Take your time. Put yourself in a really good position. Shift your body weight a little bit and see where is that place that you're just going to be able to melt into. Lower yourself down. Swing your other leg around. We can cross our legs. You can sit in a 90-90 here. You can straighten out your legs. We're just going to take one hand out to the side and the other arm's going to come reaching up and over. And if you want to release and just stay on the same side, you can, or you can just keep holding. Keep reaching overhead, proud chest. So we're not reaching forward. We're trying to reach up and over. Elongating through the side of our obliques, our hips, the lower back. And now switch sides. So other hand to the floor, other arm comes up and over. You can either hold or flow. Legs are crossed or not. Last week we did this in a 90-90. You can definitely get a good stretch in your 90-90 because your leg is back. This is your beautiful ballerina pose moment. Seated position. Release, take a nice big inhale. Hands to your heart center. Awesome job today. I'm so glad you showed up to stretch. I'm so glad you did this with me because you're my accountability buddy for this as well. This feels amazing now. I feel so much better. I'm going to get up and walk it off a little bit. Hips are loose and tight all at the same time and the body's feeling really good. So I'm going to keep taking those nice deep breaths, drink some water, and I want you to do the same. Have a great day and I will see you back here tomorrow for HIIT. 20 minutes, quick, high intensity interval training. Get it in, get out, be done. Bye everybody.